Hey, what is going on, everybody? Hope everyone is having a fantastic Monday. I'm having a pretty good one myself, so hope everyone else is. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to make another video update here, just kind of talk about something and just kind of, make another update. So first and foremost, as you can probably tell, from my last video, like I said, I take criticism really well. Made a video. My last video was, long story short, I went with, I tried a Lord hair system. This is still the same Lord hair system as I had in that previous video. And I, discussed, my experience with them so far, even the hairline, everything else. And I just wanted to share that with you guys through my journey. And yeah, I got a lot of feedback back of that hairstyle that I was rocking in that video. A majority of it was pretty negative, and it's fine because criticism is great. I'm a very, very thin-skinned or thick-skinned person. I'm not thin-skinned by any stretch of the imagination. It really, really takes a lot to hurt my feelings, so to speak, and I wasn't hurt in the slightest. So, in fact, I take criticism to heart. And a majority of you said the hairstyle just was not me, wasn't cutting it whatsoever. The hairstyle that I was rocking in that video had to go. So again, I happen to sort of like the hairstyle. I know they say, do what you want to do what you like, but honestly, when you get an overwhelming response of the majority of people saying it's not a good hairstyle for you, I mean, there's a fine line of being stubborn and doing what makes you feel good. And when you get so many people pretty much unanimously saying that the hairstyle just does not look good whatsoever, chances are they're likely onto something. So I changed it up a little bit. This is actually the same exact hair system, Lord hair system I was wearing in that previous video. I styled it a lot different this time. I pretty much just did a classic slick back. I mean, I didn't do anything fancy. I still have quite a bit of the American Crew heavy hold pomade that I'm using, so I'm going to use that up. By the way, I saw that Curtis, aka Hair by MHE, has gone out, established a line of hair products for hair systems. It's amazing. I'm definitely going to check out his pomade and possibly his hairspray. I definitely want to support him, and especially the fact that he's literally has the only products on the planet, in his words, and it is the truth, that for hair systems, styling products is amazing. So I'm definitely going to be checking those out. But this product I'm using today is just an American Crew heavy hold pomade. But yeah, I just kind of want to, let you guys know that I took your criticisms to heart, your feedback to heart. I changed it up a little bit. I think this is a lot better, suiting more natural style. Again, I could still be wrong. I mean, you guys can give feedback. But yeah, I kind of just did a traditional slick back, nothing fancy. I just woke up when it was dry. I'd used quite a bit of the pomade and just kept running it through my hair, can't talk today, and brushed it till I got the desired style, and here it is. My last video, also talked about how, I did the Lord hair. This is more of a straighter hairline versus the previous systems I've had in the past were more of a slight widow's peak, slight precision. And one thing I will say we have to agree to disagree on, guys. A lot of you were saying that the straight hairline you preferred the more of the widow's peak. I still got to say I like the straighter hairline. So far I'm still liking the straighter hairline. So that's one thing I'll say we'll agree to disagree on. It's just a personal preference thing is really what it boils down to. Sorry, I had to get situated there. And but I feel now I finally found a style, with the straighter hairline now that works for me. I think this is, looks really good. I'm complimenting my face, so to speak, with my facial features. So there it is. I'll give you a long view of the sides. There it is again from one side, and I'll give you another view from that side of it. Just give you a long view so you can kind of get a good idea of how I'm rocking it. So there it is from the side, and there's the hairline really super up close. By the way, this is going on 2 weeks I've had this system installed. I haven't done any maintenance of the hairline whatsoever. And that's it. It's still holding up really well. I really love this. This is a really thin skin poly unit, and that's the hairline up close. Again, there it is from the side. Long view from the side again. But just to give you a good idea. But yeah, and as you notice, another thing I've talked about in my other videos, I am growing out the sides and back. I'm going full 80s, 90s slick back look. I know the style now is to do a fade. A lot of people, they really take the sides and back down super short, like a 1 or 2 guard. And there's only a few select people, and when I watched a lot of videos on YouTube of people with hair systems that do that kind of look with the shaved sides and back, or cut really short in the sides and back with this kind of hairstyle on top, there's only a handful of people I saw that actually look good and natural on. And I'm just gonna let the sides and back grow. I feel I know that's the end thing is to do the fades, But I think really, if you want the most 100% natural look or 99% natural look with a hair system, it's all about growing out the sides. See, that's my bio hair right there. It ends about right there before the system hair is right there. That's the system hair. That's my bio hair. But yeah, I'm just going to let the sides grow and grow and grow, and then let the sides and back just grow out and just rock that old school Gordon Gekko Wall Street slick back and just keep letting it grow and grow. But yeah, that's the style that I'm rocking. I changed it up. The other style in my other video, it was really big up front. It had that big old pompadour look, and I think it's because I blow dried it in that video before I styled it, and I got a ton of volume, and I just kind of held it in place with hairspray. I freeze it in place like that, and that's why it looked kind of real, fake the way it did. So this is the one I figured out now. I'm really like, there it is from the top as well. I'm really digging this style. I think it looks a lot better than my other video. It just looks more me. It looks more natural. So this is what I'm rocking now. So another thing I want to talk about, let me jump right to it. So there's, I noticed a lot of videos and a lot of comments about a straight hairline versus a widow's peak hairline, and fact or fiction. When you do a hair system, get one that's a widow's peak or recessed so it looks more realistic. And I'm going to say I disagree with that. And here's why. If you're a unique situation where let's say if you're 50 or 60 years old and doing a hair system, that's a totally different ball game. Yes, absolutely, a widow's peak or more recessed hairline is just you want to go that route. If you're in your 30s, even your 40s, I think it's okay to do a straight hairline. The first thing that I noticed when I watch various hair system videos on YouTube and I scroll down and look at the comments is a lot of people seem to have this general universal opinion that always make sure you stay away from, you avoid a straighter hairline or rounded hairline like this when doing a hair system. I disagree with that notion. Now, granted, I am a little biased because I do prefer more of a straighter, rounded hairline like this one. But I don't think that just because it's a straighter hairline, it doesn't look natural. And here, I'm about to, case in point. If you go on YouTube, there's some YouTubers that I watch. They're like hairstylists, Men Styles YouTube. Alpha M is one of them. Alex Costa is another one. His name is Joe, but his YouTube handle name is Blueman, Blumann. If you look all three of those YouTubers up, they don't wear hair systems. They have nothing to do with hair systems. They're just generally give you style tips, fashion tips, men's tips, how to act, how to dress, how to style your hair, the whole 9 yards. If you go back, if you watch their videos, their hair is 100% natural. They don't wear a hair system. They have a straight hairline. So what am I getting at? I mean, what I'm getting at is it's not this notion that, straight hairlines are so unnatural and so unbelievable and so unrealistic. I just don't agree with, because you know what, I see every day, I see people with naturally straight hairlines, and it's not anything out of the ordinary. If you watch countless videos and movies, or even celebrities or even YouTube celebrities or YouTubers that don't wear hair systems, but they have a beautiful head of natural hair, a lot of them have a straight hairline. So this whole notion that the only way to make a hair system look natural is to get a widow's peak or recessed hairline, or else it's going to look fake. I don't agree with it. I think this looks pretty natural. Now I do admit my other video, last video that I made, where I styled it, really crazy, the big pompadour. Yeah, after looking at the video, taking your guys' feedbacks to heart, it did look unnatural. But I think this looks, for the most part, natural, and it's more of a straighter hairline. So you can rock a straighter hairline and it still look natural. I think what I've come to learn is it's all about how you style it. If you do like my previous video where I had it really big and attention getting, then a straighter hairline is probably gonna look a little bit more fake. If you rock something more like this, more common, more natural, that sort of thing, I think it can look good. So I just everyone seems to have this unanimous opinion that a straighter hairline on a hair system is automatically bad because it looks unnatural, because no one has a straight hairline. But a lot of people have naturally straight hairlines, so it's perfectly okay to do that. And the way I see it is, if you're going to do a hair system, 9 times out of 10, people are going to know you got a system anyway, like your social circle, your colleagues, your coworkers, your family members. So you might as well go all out, peel the Band-Aid off, so to speak, and get a hair system and rock the style that you want to rock. Even if you're on the fence where you prefer the look of just the widow's peak recessed hairline, that's perfectly fine. and just do it, because if that's what you want, that's what you truly want, do it. But if you're one of the types of like, that are thinking to yourself, oh, I want a straighter hairline, I've always wanted that look, but I'm afraid of what people will think, then just do the straighter hairline, because people are going to know one way or another that you went one day from having little to no hair to the next day having hair. That, I don't care if you do a straight hairline, a widow's peak, people are going to know anyway. So do what you want to do. I'm not. This is not a video coming out against the widow's peak or recessed hairline whatsoever. I think actually the second hair system that I got from the salon that I went to, it was more recessed even than Curtis's. I went back and looked at pictures, and Curtis's is perfect. I went back, I just saw his recent video that he posted. His hairline is fantastic. I love this hairline as well from Lord Hair, the more straighter one. I just have a problem. I personally just don't like the real recessed widow's peak hairlines, because in my opinion, when you do that, at that point, what's the point of kind of getting a hair system? We want a hair system because we want to look good and hip, and for the time we want to look kind of young again. And I think, natural, I don't know how to word this, because natural, it doesn't always mean it looks better. I mean, if I wanted to look natural, I could just not wear a hair system at all, let my hair grow out, and it'd be all thinny and patchy looking, because that's natural looking. But I think really there's a fine line where, now don't get me wrong, you don't want it to look like a wig out of a Halloween store. Let's be honest here. There's a fine line between looking like a wig from a Halloween store and having a hair system like this, but with a straighter hairline. And I think a straighter hairline is okay. I don't think a straighter hairline always is going to equal a natural, because I see people all the time, like the YouTubers I mentioned, go Google, YouTube them, Alex Costa, Alpha M, Blue Man, they all have 100% natural hair, and they all have perfectly straight hairlines. Now, granted, they're younger. I don't know. Well, Alpha M, man, I think he's in his 40s, man, and he's got those genetics. But the others are probably in their late 20s, early 30s, I'm guessing. I don't know. And they have a perfectly straight hairline. So this whole notion that, a straight hairline means unnatural, I just don't agree with, because I see plenty of people naturally with natural hair have straight hairlines. So it's not completely out of the ordinary. But yeah, I just kind of want to make another video talking about, if you want to do a recessed hairline or more slightly widow's peak because you like it, by all means do it, do you. I'm not calling out against widow's peak. I have nothing against them. It's just more of a personal preference thing. I'm not shaming you whatsoever. You got to do what you like at the end of the day. But I'm just saying, if for those that want a straighter hairline but you're afraid it may look slightly unnatural, then I would say do it, because people are going to know you got a hair system anyway. You might as well get what you want. But yeah, this is again my new, this is still the Lord Hair system, the thin skin poly with a straight hairline. I'm kind of rocking just more of a traditional slick back. Took 2 minutes to style this morning. Letting the sides and back grow and grow and grow. I'm not doing the fade or shorter on the sides. As you can see, the sides and back are really getting long, and I'm just going to let it grow and flow. I'm just going to keep rocking that like that old school slick back, and this is kind of, hopefully this, you guys think this is a lot better. I'm really digging this style a lot. I took your criticisms I took your criticisms to heart. I changed up the style. I didn't do as much volume. I did a more natural slick back, and hopefully this looks a lot better, but I just wanted to, make this video again. So yeah, peace out.